guys, welcome back to Sheena's kitchen with me, Sheena. So today we're going to be doing things a little bit different in the kitchen. So instead of making our regular recipes, I'm going to be making some delicious infused water. So I'm doing like part of a series of a healthy weight loss series. So to kickstart that off with, we're going to be starting off with some detox water, because you know water is the way to go. So for the water, usually I like to infuse a couple of different things, from having some fresh fruits, some pineapple, some oranges, some lemons. I like to go ahead and infuse everything with some fresh vegetables as well. I'll be using some cucumbers, and then I like to give it a little bit of a spice and use some fresh ginger. And other things I like to add to my water to just give them the extra oomph is use spices like cinnamon and vanilla pods. This is totally optional. You could use other spices like cloves actually, or even spices like cardamom. And then also I like to use some fresh mint. You could use other herbs like basil if you want to, but I'm going to just be using some fresh, refreshing mint. So for the mason jars, I like to go ahead and use already pre-used jars. So these jars just had things like pickles in them, or things like tomato paste or olives. Pretty much any jar you have at home, any jar that would come with like any oil in it, like coconut oil, that sort of thing, so that you don't have to buy new ones. So I'm just using old jars. So once whatever was inside is finished, you want to go ahead and empty it, and then just wash it in some nice warm soapy water and remove any of the labels that were ever on the jar, and voila, you have yourself like a brand new mason jar. So it's that simple. So to start off with, I'm going to be starting with a classic cucumber and mint water, which is just really simple. It's just as it is. You get some cucumbers and then slice them up and add them into a mason jar with some mint, and then pour in your water. And the best thing to do is always leave the water overnight, because it's going to soak up all the flavors, and you could leave it for up to 2 to 3 days maximum, but overnight is best. It's going to give the best results. Next, we're going to make our orange and strawberry infused water. So for the oranges, again, you want to go ahead and just slice them. Cut the orange into half and then slice it. And for the strawberries, just half them and then add them into a mason jar with some water. Again, leave them overnight. It's always best to do that. And when you leave the strawberries and the orange infused water overnight, it's going to soak up the colors. So the next day it might be a little bit tainted, a bit orangish, reddish. So don't be alarmed. It's just because of the staining from the fresh oranges and the fresh strawberries. So next we're going to do the ginger and lemon water. So if you're familiar with ginger lemon as tea, so we're just going to omit making it hot and just have it iced cold. So again, get your lemons and half them and cut them into slices, and then get your ginger, peel it and cut it into thin slices or big chunks, whichever you prefer. And the idea is to leave this overnight. And then also a good tip, whenever you're making something citrusy, especially for lemons, oranges are fine to leave a bit longer, but for lemons, personally, I find if you leave them overnight, it's good enough, but longer than that, the water becomes a bit bitter. So if you're not really into that bitter taste of the water, then make sure after the overnight, you remove the lemons out of the water and just leave the water as is. And also for the lemon ginger water, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and add some fresh mint leaves, but that's totally optional. You don't have to. So next we're going to go ahead and make our apple and cinnamon water. Apple and cinnamon is just as it sounds. Get some apples, chop them, leave the skin on, because the skin is going to give the water a nice refreshing taste, and your full cinnamon sticks that I mentioned earlier, and leave this overnight. For the apples, you can squeeze them with a dash of lemon juice, so that way they don't turn color when you add them into the water, and to also make the water nice and refreshing. And the flavor, oh my god, you guys, the flavor tastes amazing. Kind of tastes like an apple cinnamon cake, just it's water, because the full flavors of the cinnamon soak into the water, and it's unbelievable. So you want to make sure you leave this one overnight, or even for a couple of days. It tastes better the longer it sits. And for the pineapple and vanilla water, you want to make sure that your pineapple is nice and ripe, and you'll know it's ripe because it's going to have a nice hue of yellow on it. It's like a bit kind of like lime yellowish color. And then go ahead and peel and cut your pineapple. Personally, I like to use the core, which is the center part of the pineapple, so that you don't waste it. And then for the vanilla sticks, I like to use ones that I've used before, again, so that you don't waste them because they're expensive. So for the pineapple, you can definitely use the other parts of the pineapple that are nice and fleshy and tasty. But the reason I like using the core is because most people throw it away, and there's no reason to do that, because when you infuse it in the water, it's going to be tasty. The water is going to absorb all the juices that are normally in there. So it's not tasteless. It comes into play. So for the pineapple and vanilla, it's honestly one of my favorite waters to infuse because of the vanilla flavor that comes right through, and of course the freshness of the pineapple. It just tastes so good, and when you add the vanilla and the pineapple together, it just knocks it out of the park. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, it's that good. So those are my 5 water infused recipes, but also as a bonus I'll be giving you one more, which is my watermelon and cucumber water. This one is just amazing. The flavors from the watermelon and the cucumber, because both of them are fresh ingredients, they just bring the water to a whole new level and give it so much oomph and zest to it. It's amazing. So for the watermelon and cucumber water, what you want to go ahead and do is just slice the watermelon and the cucumbers. For the watermelon, you don't have to take out the skin, you can actually just slice it as it is. For the watermelon, you can leave the skin on or take it out, and then just cut your watermelon as you like. Also, you could add other things like fresh mint, strawberries. Pretty much you can make it as you want it. It's that simple. Then top it with your water, leave it overnight, and voila, you have another refreshing drink. So the beauty of water infused recipes is that, to be honest, there is no recipe really for them because it's up to you and your taste buds, so you can pretty much customize the water how you like it, as long as you're mixing in your own favorite herbs, spices, fruits, vegetables. The water should pretty much be something you'd be happy to drink, so that way you'll not forget about it, like you'll keep drinking it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my water infused recipes, or detox water, or flavored water, whatever you want to call it, which is part of my healthy weight loss series that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to be sharing as well some salad recipes, so make sure you check those out when they're up. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I have a lot of delicious recipes, and give this video a thumbs up. I'll appreciate that. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the water infused recipes. What would you have in your own water? Comment down below and let me know. So remember to subscribe to the channel and click the notification for updates, and I'll see you guys on the next video.